IBMasters Learning Center and IBMasters.com. And today we're going to look at the 9th question, sample question from this new digital released SAT. Number 9 reads, how many distinct real solutions does a given equation have? And if you keep something in mind, when you square something, if it's negative, you get a positive. If you square something that's positive, you get a positive. So there's no real number that you could square to get a -4. If you recognize that, then you know that your correct answer here is D. You mark your answer and move on. If you don't recognize that, then maybe what you will do is take the square root of both sides and then realize square root of -4 is a 2i. It's an imaginary 2. And if you don't realize that, then that's where it gets time consuming. So when you're squaring x minus 1, it would actually not be x squared minus 1. It would not be x squared plus 1. It would be x minus 1 times x minus 1. And then you'd FOIL. You'd have to add the 4 to both sides to set it equal to 0. And then you'd see that it's not factorable. You'd have to use the quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Or you'd have to complete the square in order to solve it. And what you would find is that there's it's only imaginary solutions. Lastly, you could also use your calculator. So in your calculator, if you've got a graphing calculator, namely a TI-84 plus, possibly, but a TI-84 plus CE, you should definitely have this on your calculator. What you could do is you could hit apps, and then once you hit apps, you could go to number 9, which is PLY-SMLT2, which is polynomial equations, simultaneous equations. And then once you choose that, you'll see that the first one is solving polynomial functions. And you hit number 1, you go in, you would have to FOIL this and add the 4 to both sides, and then just plug in the coefficient of each number and hit enter. You'd want to make sure that before you go there, it's going to ask you your order, and order would be 2 here because the highest exponent here is 2. And then when you go in to solve it, oh yeah, and actually you'd also have to set it to a plus bi, because what it'll have highlighted is real, and then it won't give you any imaginary solutions. But if you have highlighted a plus bi, then it will give you the imaginary solutions as well. So then you will find that there's only 2 imaginary solutions if you use your calculator. If you want me to shoot a video on that one, I'd be happy to as well. But correct answer here is 0. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has trouble with these higher order equations, or if they just don't know this simple solution here, it's going to be imaginary. So any question you'd like to answer from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Click subscribe so you don't miss anything, and check out our 1-minute video on TikTok. Have a great day.